Hello. Copyright claim already. Welcome back.
Welcome to episode 2, Gap Year Mentality. Posture check.
To start off the episode. Posture check every episode.
Today, we actually first, before we get into today's stuff, I want to talk about the last episode. Because we haven't posted it yet at the time of filming, but by the time this goes out, it'll be out. And it's very much a first podcast. Like a first...
She's rough.
First media, whatever. I need to talk way closer to the mic, so it's probably kind of echoey. And the video just, didn't record for, most of it. So we have, a little bit of, 11 minutes worth, towards the end, where you can see us. And I left it in because, we describe a bunch of stuff about, the orbness of our mics and, the posters on the wall. So.
This little clip of poster. I should probably move them down, but whatever.
That's fine. So, yeah. But this one, hopefully, I have it set up. I have it figured out.
We're going to live and learn.
Yeah. We're still, in a dungeon room, though, so it might not be excellent quality, but one thing at a time.
We'll get windows one day.
We'll get windows one day. Because, both of us live in dungeons, in basements, so... Well, it's creaking.
Oh, brother. It looks like it's going to collapse. Also, didn't notice, Terrence using my gum packet to prop up the camera.
Oh, sorry, did you need that? Yeah. For ASMR?
Yeah. That would be so awful.
Yeah, because I have to edit this, and I wouldn't.
She would edit me out.
I would, yeah. It'd just be me.
But yeah, sorry. Thanks for watching the first one. It did, yeah.
If this is your first time listening, if this is your first episode, go watch the first one.
Because Rowan's in the background.
You can hear
watch
her beautiful honks. And we introduce ourselves. So if you know us in real life, you don't really need to, but you should.
But you should for support and because you love us.
We laugh a little.
We may giggle.
Maybe silly. But in this episode, we want to talk about travel.
Yeah.
Because as the title of the podcast says
we have that gap year mentality.
We are on our gap year. And a big part of that is traveling. And we've made that our goal.
Mm-hmm. We've made it our goal to try and go a place a month. Or, go somewhere. Even if we've been there before, just, get out of town.
Get out of the city.
Take a few days off and just enjoy a new experience. Which we've been successful with so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, we feel like if we talk about our travel plans, it's also a good intro thing, so you guys can kind of, so our heavy or loyal fan base can understand truly who we are, and get in touch with the celebrity.
Everyone who's watching this, knows everywhere we've been, and we've told them, or they went on the trips with us. But we thought we'd recount it for you guys, just in case you forgot. And
literally. Sorry, I cracked my ankle.
You're not allowed to do that here.
No, just wait till I crack my back.
Oh my god.
I just did it before, so next time.
She got it out of her system. Yeah. Should we just start from the beginning?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so we've been pretty, we haven't gone crazy yet. We haven't gone across an ocean.
No.
We've just been North America girlies. Loyal Canadians, if you will.
Except for one.
Oh, wow. This is going to be a long podcast. But yeah, so we're going to start from the beginning, just kind of share, because all these trips are so fun, it definitely will take up the whole hour. Yeah. But, we love talking about them, and you guys should love to hear about them.
Yeah, so. And we have future plans, too, that we can talk about, too.
Start with September 11th to 13th.
What do we want to say? We went to Canmore.
In the summer. I don't know what counts as, our gap. I think it does count.
Yeah, because it was after school. We went in July.
Grad trip
with our two friends. Shout out Carson and Laura Lee. Especially Laura Lee. Shout out.
Especially Laura Lee. Women power.
And yeah, we just went to Canmore. We stayed in a hostel. It was so sweaty and stuffy in there.
Yeah.
But it was really...
But that's what we paid for.
And we went to Banff. I found the love of my life.
Yeah. Taryn fell in love in a gem shop in Banff, and she's gonna find him.
I'm gonna find him. We're going back, and I'm gonna find him. And
so
Yeah,
Oh.
that was a cute, like, first... That was, like, the first time
Yeah.
I've actually been on a trip without my family.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. She turned a new leaf.
Yeah. And then that just snowballed
Yeah,
into me
literally.
leaving every month.
Well, also on that trip, we went to Drumheller. And if you notice on the cover art of our podcast channel, there's a little dinosaur in there, which is, what is it, the largest, like, T-Rex
This is, like, the largest dinosaur, like, statue.
in the world or something?
I think so.
Slay.
It looks so stupid, but
It's
it's
like
so
so
awesome.
funny.
And
And
like the claim to fame
matches
of
the
Western
theme.
Canada.
Yeah, literally.
It does match the theme. I
But
love
yeah.
it.
No, so we drove there. Laura Lee, love you the most, literally drove like the entire way
Yeah.
because we took her car and like
She doesn't trust us. and
I
that's
don't blame her.
No.
But yeah, we went to Drumheller, then we went to Canmore.
And Banff.
We did the hike to Lake Louise from
Yeah.
Lake Louise town. That was a good hike.
That was a good one.
It was
No, all the
exactly
hikes
what
we did
needed.
were so fun.
Yeah. We went to Johnston Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
The waterfall was nice. That was just like a good trip. Like I had been there before.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you had. Laura Lee had too, I think. I don't know if had Carson had been there.
I don't know.
Oh God, I haven't seen that guy in so long. But it was just a good trip. It was like, like the biggest like friend group trip I'd ever done.
Yeah,
at the
and
time.
it was like in summer, so it was like nice.
and just like nature.
We got Rocky Mountain
Bagel
Bagel
Company.
Company.
Shout out!
Shout out their iced London fogs.
It's just so good.
They taste like ice cream. They're awesome. They're so like far from being tea, but I love them. Speaking of London fog,
Sip break.
me and Krista went to visit our friend Farron at the little bakery that she works at, and we got drinks.
Got a little
and
drinkies.
Pastries.
I was gonna ask you a question, but we're gonna diverge too much from the topic if I ask that. So let's just stay on cue. We have so much time.
So that was in July.
Yes, beginning of
then-
July.
In like August, we went to like lakes and stuff. We were supposed to go to Waskasiu.
That has too much information in that story, but basically, an illness wiped out
Yeah.
all the friend group except for me, and we couldn't go to
Yeah.
Waskasiu. That made me sound like I'm an anti. Like I don't
We got
believe in
COVID
COVID.
from-
We got COVID.
Like a distant friend. Not a close friend. Not anymore, at least. And we got COVID, so we didn't get to go on this like fun lake trip. But we went to like my cabin, which is like close.
We got
to here.
out. We got out of town.
So those weren't like actual trips, but they were like so.
We
Like,
did
every
something.
month since July. We've like done something.
Yeah.
We've left the city.
Yeah, we had a girls' trip to your cabin. That was
That
fun.
was.
That was interesting. That was fun.
I won't say any more details about that.
We had fun.
So much I could talk about Rowan. So many things I could say about Rowan, but I'm not gonna.
Well, wait
She knows.
until she features. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rowan had fun too. But yeah, and then that was like the summer, and we were like busy in the summer. I feel like we didn't see each other much. Like I didn't take like any pictures this summer. Like it was really like what happened.
No, besides like June.
Yeah. Well, obviously we graduated in June.
But we're not gonna talk about it because I don't want to.
About grad?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to either.
We're gonna bring it up every episode and then be like, no, but we like hate talking about grad. We hate talking about
hated
school
it.
and graduation.
It was like awful.
It was like awful, and then we bring it up every episode.
Yeah.
Okay, but then moving on to September.
To the real juicy stuff.
Ooh.
So in August, I was like, I want to go somewhere I like haven't been before, and I know people had talked about Grasslands National Park in Saskatchewan as being like the prettiest night sky ever, because there's just like it's like a dark sky reserve, one of the two. What's the word?
Dark
Reserve.
sky. Yeah. I'm just
Yeah?
gonna check the time. So
Okay.
we can continue.
Excuse me. And then we still rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, and then I was like, that seems like fun, and it's like a place that a lot of people don't go, and it's in the province, and like not that far. Like it's the off season. There's gonna be no one there. So we booked one of those like tentic things in Grasslands National Park, East Block, because West Block was booked up. But I was like, I don't know the difference, so I just booked the one. And me, Taryn, and Farron took a little roadie trip there for 2 nights at the motel on street lights.
Under the starlight.
In the city of gophers.
Or
porcupine.
48 kilometers away from the city.
From any civilization. No, and like, if you don't know, Grasslands is like on the border with the US.
And we could see the states.
Yeah. Like, it was like, if you looked at a map, it was like you're actually like 400 meters from the border. But no, there was like 2 other people there. It was like so hot. Oh, no, okay, sorry. I'm describing the trip first. First, I have to talk about the journey. We went to Moose Jaw on the way there for the first time. We had not been there before. Yeah. And we went to the Moose Jaw tunnels.
And Farron met the love of her life there. We have
actor.
We have a little theme of meeting the love of our lives.
Meeting the love of our lives
on road trips. It was like the like tour guide guy in the tunnels.
The what?
Prohibition Al Capone one.
Al Capone. Yeah,
Al Capone.
Chapone. But yeah,
French.
Farron fell in love with a theater boy. I hope the best for her.
It was so funny.
But it was so funny. I did not expect Moose Jaw to be so like historic, but like it is. They got like the architecture of the building is actually cool. Yeah. But that was on the way there, and then we saw the biggest moose in the world.
Yeah, we have a lot of big things. You know what they say?
Do. It's always bigger in Saskatoon.
In Western Canada.
But no, that was fun. Mm-hmm. And then
it was a good stop.
Yeah, and we continued on. It was also fall, beginning of fall here, so it actually like was prime fall because it was September, and there's still leaves on the trees and stuff. But yeah, we're driving, and then we're like, it was like 2 hours from Moose Jaw, and we're driving, and we're like, why is there not a single sign telling us if we're like on the right track or like where to go? Like, I know we're on the right road, but like, why is there no sign? And probably like a half hour before we hit the gate, it was like Grasslands, like 30 kilometers ahead. And we're also on like gravel roads in like farmland, and it's like hills,
like losing service.
Literally, yeah. There's no service, and the closest like town or gas station or like service at all is 40 kilometers away. So it's like, we had gotten gas in Moose Jaw, and like it took like a full tank there and back. Yeah, but we made it. And yeah, we got there. It was like 20 degrees when we first got, or like more than Celsius. It was nice. It was like hot. Yeah.
During the day it was like hot, and then at night it was like really cold, which was kind of perfect.
Yeah. And we got there, and we kind of we couldn't have fires because it was like a hazard. It was so dry.
Fire ban.
Yeah, that's the word.
Which that would have been like the one thing to do.
Yeah.
Because there's no like body of water or like attraction besides like
the
one little hike
trails. Yeah.
Like, where we almost died.
No, we literally. No, the first night we got there, we just kind of like sat outside because it was so hot, and we made supper and just like we stayed in those tent things, and like it was like a decent, like it was like, oh, we have a bed.
Yeah.
But then night came, and we saw a bit of the stars, but of course it was cloudy when you're supposed to go there,
and it was like stars. Full moon, so
yeah,
the moon just like overpowered all the stars. I was like, okay.
But like, it's crazy when they say it's a dark sky preserve, they mean it. Yeah. There's like the moon literally lights up like the entire ground.
Was crazy.
It was so pretty.
Because like for a little bit, like when the moon was not up or it was behind the clouds, it was like dark for like maybe 15 minutes, and then the moon came out, and I was like, it's like I can see everything.
I can see everything. I know. And then yeah, there was just like, we were genuinely the only people there. And there's no predators or anything, so it's like we can just be out at night, and it's like scary, but it's like fun.
Yeah. There's just bunnies.
Literally bunnies and porcupines and gophers and whatever. There are snakes, but
we didn't see one.
Yeah, so they actually don't exist because we didn't see one.
They're lying.
And the next day, at night. I'm so bad at like storytelling, but we'll get better.
I don't remember a single thing from this trip, so I'm just like.
At night, we found out there was a moth problem in the tents. Probably had like when we left, I was sweeping up the dead moths that we had killed. I counted 30,
and we had already taken some out.
Yeah, we'd already taken some out,
and some just
like we didn't get to kill. Yeah. But like, if you had looked up in our tentic, there was probably 30 flying around at a time at night, because like there must have been a hole in the canvas or something.
There's
like,
no way we left
way
the door open
like that long. But then we would just go on rampages with. It came with the fly swatter.
Yeah.
So respect. But we would just take turns trying to kill as many as we could.
It kept us busy. It kept us entertained out there.
It was so funny.
And then we had the headlamps, like the red strobing headlamps. It was so funny.
And then when it was actually cloudy, and the next night when it like wasn't a full moon, it was like you could not see anything if you didn't have a headlamp on.
Yeah.
Like it was like insane. Even if there was a light, you couldn't see it like lighting up the ground. It was like you see the circle of light. Literally. And you have to find your way to it.
I was trying to like grill like a sausage coil at like
a late night snack.
8 p.m. when it was like pitch black, and I just had my red headlight, and yeah, it was like, if you looked, it was like straight out of like a horror movie.
I know.
Like I felt like I was just gonna look over and there's just gonna be a face that like I didn't see.
It was surreal, but it was just like so cool to see.
It was. I've never seen that many stars.
When we saw the little bit of stars that first night, it was definitely.
It wasn't
cool.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
because of the full moon, but it was like, I can imagine how this looks
when
it's
on a good
dark.
day. And then the next day we went on a hike, and it was just like this one like long hike, and we were like, let's just go till we like give up. Like we had food and water, and it like wasn't that hot out yet. And then I just had like the worst like stomach pain in my life. It wasn't even like I'd eaten anything that would have made me sick. It was like it actually felt like there was like a rock in my stomach. Like felt like I was passing kidney stones or something. I was just in so much pain. Like I was drinking water, I was eating. Like nothing like that has ever happened to me. So like we couldn't finish the hike, and I was like, this is literally the one thing we came here to do. And I'm like going to throw up on the side of the
like you
trail.
couldn't have done that when we were sitting in our tent for the past like 10 hours.
Literally. It was like, no, it has to happen right now, and we have to walk back.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna feel any better when we get back. But no, like once I like laid down, it was still there, and it stayed for like 2 hours, and then finally I felt like eating again, but I was like, okay, I'm fine now, and it's 20 degrees out, and we don't want to go on a hike. It was just like kind of sucked, and then it got like really windy. But then we watched Monte Carlo. And
good freaking movie.
Yes, it is a good movie.
Shout out the French guy in that movie.
Shout out. Respect. But yeah, that was pretty much all we did the trip, and then we made it back home. No problems. We went for coffee in Moose Jaw.
That was cute. That was really cute.
And Farron's like, I'm gonna live here.
She's gonna live everywhere.
Literally. But no, that was a really good trip, and I'm glad we did it.
That was a good camping trip. It was like perfect weather.
Yeah.
It was so fun. It had the right amount of like, oh wow, we are so far from civilization, and like there's moths and we're gonna die.
I know.
But then also like it was fine.
Like I would go back even though there was like nothing to do. I'm like, if the weather was nice, I could see the stars again. Maybe have a fire, like.
Yeah, because
and finish the hike.
It didn't cost that much because it was just gas and the tent and food.
Yeah. And then like clothes.
And then like
No, it was a good trip, and also they had that like Badlands Parkway, the drive that we did, and it has a whole bunch of like lookout points to see the Badlands there, and those like when you see like mountains and you're like, this is a desktop background and it's not real. It's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, and we could see the states from there.
Literally, yeah. But we couldn't finish that either because it got too dark, and the last lookout point was like a 400-meter walk.
And
we didn't have headlights with us.
No. Like, this is when we're gonna see the snakes.
Yeah. This is when we're gonna actually die.
But we made it home.
Yeah.
And then October came.
Yeah, that was Grasslands.
That was our September trip. Then October came, and we had been planning this. When did you get the tickets?
In April. My dream had come true. Miss Remy Wolf had announced a tour dates, and one of them was in Canada. Yeah. In Toronto for the last concert of her tour. And I was like, I would do anything to go to this concert. So I quickly recruited two of my girlies, Leah and Taryn, and we bought tickets. And then I was just like, we'll figure it out then.
Literally. We have 6 months.
Yeah. And then I think like literally a week after I bought the tickets, I bought an Airbnb for us because I was like,
it was all planned like months
so
in advance.
Far in advance. Which is probably why it turned out so well.
Yeah. Literally.
But yeah, we bought an Airbnb, and it was like, October 15th to 18th we went to Toronto. to see Miss Remy Wolf and also do other things.
Mm-hmm.
But we, what was I gonna say?
Where are you going with that?
I don't know. I've been talking too much.
Because Leah, or she doesn't anymore, but she lived in Vancouver. So she came to our city. Shout out our city.
Our city.
And
then saw her family or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And then we flew out there, and then did we see Arnica?
The first day.
Yeah. So our friend Arnica, who moved to Toronto in like after grade 8
for high school, who we haven't seen since then, besides like on FaceTime.
Yeah. We got to see in person for the first time in like 4 years. That was awesome.
So like, I'm so grateful we got to do that.
Because it was like, we're going for a concert, but also we get to see Arnica. And we got to like actually hang out, and she showed us around and stuff.
Yeah, we had like multiple hours.
Yeah. We went to like an art gallery. We went for sushi.
We went to the textile museum.
Yeah, we saw the water.
Harbor. Yeah.
It was so windy, but we got
to see it. Yeah. She bought us churros. She's so kind. I should do this again. But yeah, that was
awesome. That was a great, especially that's why I like flying out in like really early in the morning, because I
have
love
like the whole day
being in an airport at 3 a.m. because it's just like, you can't be in an airport at like 10 p.m. like, that's so boring. You can't get there.
Literally.
But then yeah, we had like the whole day, especially because it was just like a direct flight to Toronto.
Nice talk.
So then we went to the Airbnb.
Oh yeah.
And we got there, and it was like cheap.
It was like a really cheap Airbnb.
Like, so I'm not expecting it to be like
anything fantastic.
Anything fancy.
And no, like, even from the pictures, I was like, this is gonna be a small place. But
yeah, but like, we just need to sleep there, and it was like right next to the concert hall.
Yeah,
it was really close. So
great location, and it was right by a subway station.
Yeah. So in every way, outside, and location wise, it was perfect. But we got in, so there's one bed and a couch, and I was like, I'll take one for the team, because I wanted to watch movies on the TV too. So I was like, I'll take one for the team, I'll sleep on the couch. So this is the least couch I've ever seen in my life. There's like a literal bone in the middle.
It was like where the couch folded was fully just a crease. Like, it wasn't like a sofa bed.
No, it just like folded into like a piece of plywood basically, and it just had this like bone right in the middle, just right in the middle. So I had to like angle myself so I was like on one half. So like, I didn't even need to fold it down. Like, the whole point of folding it down is you get a full bed, but I could only sleep on half of it because there was a bone in the middle.
There was a bone,
and it was like shorter than me too. So like,
yeah, no, it was.
But I was
so
like,
stupid and small.
Whatever. I'm just sleeping here for like 2 nights or whatever.
No, and then we found out like second night how awful it was. And we were like, you could have squeezed in with us. Like, Lee and I shared a queen bed. We're like, in theory, you could have.
I could have, but I think that it would have been
done it
equally
as Chocolate Factory style.
My feet in your face?
No, it's like one.
So my feet would be in your face, yeah. And then another thing about it was, how tall is Leah? 5?
Leah's like 5'9". My friend Leah's like, she's a stallion. She's
a stallion. She's taller than us. And this was like a basement.
Suite.
Yeah, it was a basement suite. So like, you know, it's small, it's cramped, it's short. But she could literally not stand up in like most of it. Like, the bedroom was like fine, I think, for the most part, but like the kitchen and the living room,
there was just like a beam going through the basement that was probably like 5'6". It was like the height of Taryn.
If I was any taller, it would have been a problem for me, but it wasn't. But for Leah, it was a problem. And I was like, this sucks. Like, after the first day, I was like, oh, this is funny. You're just gonna have to like duck,
crouch.
And then after like the third day, when we like actually had to be in there for a little bit to like get ready, I was like, this sucks.
This is so bad. No,
because like we don't have to.
This is just not a problem.
And it also smelled really bad in there sometimes.
Yeah, and I was like,
because it was like a basement, and
it's just unsettling.
And the mirror to the bathroom was like too far forward. So
medicine cabinet.
The medicine cabinet. It was like so far forward, and the bathroom was so tiny that like to lean down to wash your face, you had to like maneuver around the like cabinet so you wouldn't like hit your head on the top.
So funny.
So that was super fun.
But I was gonna say about Leah's height, she had this hoodie. Poor girl had a hoodie, and the top of the hood had like popcorn ceiling dust on it from her head hitting the ceiling, and she was just like, I'm so pissed off. And I'm like, I feel like they should have specified that much, but
Yeah.
And we were also like, if we were any bigger than we were, we could not fit in that bathroom. Like, it was even hard. Like, we're like, they should disclose some of these things.
Yeah.
Even though, like, you get what you pay for, but, like, still.
But just say,
like, hey, warning.
Don't get this if
you're over 150
pounds.
Yeah, but no. We survived. We weren't there much, so it was, like, literally
it could have been worse. We're fine.
Yeah.
And then second day was concert day. What did we do before?
Second day was concert day. We were on this like big street that just had a whole bunch of shops. So we got dressed. We took the bus down, just like all the way down the street.
Is it Danforth?
Danforth Avenue. It was at the Danforth Music Hall, the concert. So we just went to this coffee shop on the very end by this like river valley or whatever. And then we got coffee, and then we just like walked back.
Me and Lee got the grossest vegetarian wraps ever.
Yeah,
zero sauce. If you're gonna make a wrap, and especially if you're not gonna put meat in it, add sauce.
You gotta
to
add
it.
something.
So I ate half
Give
of it because I was hungry, but I felt bad. But also put sauce in your wraps. Also, why does nowhere had like chicken? I just wanted a chicken Caesar wrap, and it was all vegetarian, like most places we went.
No, but our Airbnb was right by a grocery store, which was clutch. Which, if I do say, I think was clutch. But yeah, we walked down Danforth. We just went shopping. It took us probably like 3 or 4 hours to get all the way back. It was like it was a lot of walking.
Yeah,
I think I had over like 20,000 steps that day. But yeah, we went to a whole bunch of places. A lot of places were closed because the concert was on a Sunday. What is this? Oh, I hear my dad yelling.
He's answering your question.
Literally, he's being like, "Why would someone have a concert on a Sunday?" Am I sweating? Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
But yeah, and we walked, and then it was like 1 p.m. The concert was at like 7, but we got general standing tickets, so we had to get there early if we wanted a good spot. So we walked back to the Airbnb, and then we like spent like an hour getting ready or something.
Super ready. I had bleached eyebrows at this point.
She did. I forgot about that.
This hair, but it was like more vibrant because I just got it done, and I had bleached eyebrows, and it was like a sleigh for like the concert. But when I like wasn't wearing makeup and hadn't been able to wash my hair in like 2 days, I was like, this is the grossest I've ever looked in my life. And it was like kind of fun. I wrote this down in my notes because I was like, this is a very interesting observation for me to say. But I felt like a little repulsive little gremlin, but in like a safe way. Like when I went to like Valley Village, I was like, no man is looking at me. I feel so safe.
Literally, like I'm protected.
Like I'm just like a little gremlin. But I do like having eyebrows, and I don't know if I'd ever do that again. Maybe if I went blonde.
Yeah,
but I think dark hair, no eyebrows.
I don't know.
I was like,
I'd be down to see it, but it's also not my eyebrows, so don't listen to me.
Also, like I can like gel them or like fill them in.
Exactly.
So like,
and they grew back so fast.
So fast. They're like pretty much all the blonde is pretty much gone now. So yeah, we got ready and then we went for ramen in this cute little place.
It was a good place.
Every bathroom in Toronto is in the basement.
And like the rattiest thing you'll ever see in your life. One stall.
Yeah.
Like some problem with it. Like
a 5-foot gap in the bottom.
Like the paper towel's out, like no toilet paper, toilet.
It's like on an
weird.
angle like
yeah,
this.
Like there's something not right about it.
But there's also something so charming about it.
Because they're just like, I trust you to just go in our storage basement and just find a toilet.
Like, that's where we keep all the money.
Literally. It's just like, and like one basement had like such low ceilings and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But no, and then it was like 3 or 4 p.m. No, it was 4 p.m. when we left.
It was good ramen.
It was good ramen, yeah. I tried chicken. It had like pork and chicken. I don't know how I feel about chicken and ramen.
Me too. Because it was just like a chicken breast.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I don't know. I'm just gonna check real quick.
Okay.
I'm nervous about this.
But then it was 4 p.m. and we're like, okay, I want to get there early. The doors open at 7 o'clock. We're like, out. Is it off?
Okay, I don't know when that stops, but I'm just gonna have to check every 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect. We're back.
We're back. I don't know what
the last thing you saw.
The last thing you saw was, but we're back. It stopped recording. But hey, we got the beginning.
Yeah.
We got the intro this time.
We Yes. So we were waiting outside the music hall, and we're like, it's like 4 p.m. and there's people like camped out with chairs, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense, because we had walked by there at like 11 a.m. and there was no one there, or 10 or something. So like they haven't been there that long, but they've been here for a bit. And then we're probably like 15th in line or something, like 15 other people ahead of us, which is like fine, you know.
It was pretty good.
It's pretty decent. And we're like, okay, we have 3 hours to go. Like just waiting in this line, all dolled up.
I was wearing the most uncomfortable shoes ever, like a stupid idiot.
Tara and I had to swap shoes for a bit
for the opener.
For the opener at Remy to give her some comfort. But hey, I'd do it again.
Yeah, that was like perfect because it was like it just gave me a little break, and then once the action started happening, then it was fine, and then it was like, okay, I just need to get home.
Yeah. That's it. But yeah, and we made some friends in line.
We did, and I don't think we would have if Leah wasn't there.
No, yeah, Leah's a trooper, extroverted. She's our Leo.
She is our Leo queen.
But yeah, we made some friends that made the time go by a lot faster. And then at like 6 o'clock, the like usher, bouncer, or whatever came by and was like, any VIP tickets, and then let the VIPs go in. So we're like, hey, we're getting somewhere. Like,
because there was VIPs ahead of us.
Yeah. So that took out like half the line probably. Yeah. And then at 7, right on the dot, the doors were opening.
Yeah.
And we just like booked it to the front. Leah got us a spot. I got a shirt. Taryn got bumper sticker and a CD.
I wish it was deluxe though.
Yeah, I know.
I wish they would have been selling. They had like Juno, and then they had Juno signed, and I was like, I want deluxe because I want Street You Live on acoustic.
Literally.
Whatever.
We'll get over it because you saw it live.
I did see it live. I was so happy when that happened because it was an encore. But we can talk about that after.
We'll get there. But then,
we'll get there.
Yeah, and then Jordana went on. Jordana was the opener.
She was really fun. I've listened to her music since, and like, I wish that it sounded more like the concert.
Like it did live, yeah.
Because the live version was like so like rock, and then it's more pop and like produced on like Spotify. But I wish it was more. I thought it was gonna be like
raw
girl
rock. Yeah,
slay.
No, she can shred a guitar.
She can shred. She was fun.
Yeah, she was a good opener. I knew like a few of her songs, and she was like, I'm not gonna be like she had a bad stage presence, but she was like chill, but she was just fucking like killing it on a guitar, and I'm like, you are insane.
Yeah, she was no Remy Wolf.
You know Remy,
but she's
did
also
shred.
An
opener. Yeah, but she was really good. And then Miss Remy came on at like 9 o'clock, and oh my god, it was beautiful. It was everything I had wanted and more.
So good.
Opened with Quiet on Set. Got the energy right where it should be. She had like actually the best concert I've ever been to.
It was her stage presence is crazy. She's just such like a fun
person to watch.
Like, I was like, this is obviously gonna be good.
Literally, and like her songs are so like screamo, like just like rock and roll pop songs to just like sing as loud as you can to. And yeah, she had good engagement with the crowd. She played the drums for a bit.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The Dua Lipa summer part.
Dua Lipa summer, Dua Lipa fall.
Or Dua Lipa fall, yeah.
With her drummer, what was his name? Jared?
No way.
I always think his name is Jared, but it's not at all.
There's no way it's Jared.
No, it's not. It's like Daniel or something.
Every drummer's name is Ross, so you could just say that.
So I could just say Ross? Okay, Ross.
In every band there's a guy named Ross.
Is that true? 1975.
1975. The Ross Lynch Band. I'm pretty sure there's one in Panic at the Disco, or there used to be.
Oh, probably.
Who's the... Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, moving on. Concert went to like 10:30.
She did... It was the last concert of the tour, so I was like, you better do something special. And we were like, okay, the whole 6 months leading up to it, we're like, okay, you have to like bring on Dominic Fike or like Omar Apollo. But then they were like all on tour at the same time. Like they all had tour dates literally the same day as she did, so I was like, okay, it's not gonna happen.
Which is also, side note, what the hell? I want to go to all those concerts.
Yeah.
You guys made me choose. Kind of rude of you.
There's only one tour date in Canada. We have to choose. But she did 2 encores. She did
Street You Live On,
and
Disco Man.
And Street You Live On, the acoustic version, because she did it like in the style of the acoustic version.
Yeah.
And I was so happy because it's my favorite.
Yes. And then Disco Man came on, perfect closer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I had like goosebumps thinking about it. No, for real. And it was like so sweaty in there. It felt like we were like in the moment, like just singing. So
I've never
loud.
been to a concert like that before.
I know, and we were like second from the front. like
it was
view.
like the VIP row in front of us.
Yeah, which like fair. You paid $400 extra.
Yeah, but like we were the next best.
Yeah.
So
those tickets were $60, so it's pretty freaking worth it.
Also, the people who were like right ahead of us, they were in VIP.
Yeah, but
so they waited like just as
long as
just to get VIP.
It's also the VIPs get let in earlier, so if you're a VIP, you can literally show up 10 minutes before.
So why were you in line?
Yeah, but anyways,
also whatever.
I respect it.
Being in line was fun.
It was part of the experience. We'd never done it before, and we got.
And now I follow a bunch of people on Instagram who like live in Ontario. That's crazy.
So we got connections. But yeah, we got home. It took like 15 minutes to get home because we were so close to the subway. Like perfect. We got home at like 11:30, and then at like 8 a.m. the next day, we had to be downtown Toronto for a day trip tour to Niagara Falls. Yes. I had booked this like $100 like bus tour for $100 each bus tour, which like decent. It was like a 6-hour thing, and we drove from downtown Toronto to Niagara on the Town. Is it Niagara on the Lake?
Niagara on the Lake.
Yeah.
And we met the most magical Italian Canadian man.
Yes. If you're ever looking for a Niagara Falls tour, look for
Mikey Angeletti.
Mikey Angeletti. I was like, do I say his name?
Yeah. This is promo.
So true.
He is the
Angeletti.
He said he's like the best tour guide
in Mississauga or something.
Yeah, and I absolutely believe it.
He brought the energy. He was so
the energy. He was so funny. He was so Italian. The bus driver. What was the bus driver's name?
Start with the R. It was like Randy or something.
Yeah, something like that. He also slayed.
He got us home back and forth so safe.
So safe. So what's the P word? Punctual.
Yeah.
Sure.
We were on time.
We were on time. It was really cute.
It was really fun. We got Niagara on the Lake is just a little like retirement community. On the lake. And then
just got like drinks. A little hot drink there. And then we kept going. We were only there for like an hour.
Yeah.
It was.
We had like an hour like bus park to bus leaving, so like really only a half hour to like be in the town, but it was fine. Because there was how much are you gonna do there? Like,
I forgot to get a magnet there.
And then we went to Niagara Falls. Was the next stop.
Crystal went on the boat, and me and Leah didn't.
Yep.
And that town is so fun. It's just like literally amusement parks and like haunted houses and like arcades, and it's my heaven.
It's so like stupid and fun. It's just like there's so many people. It's just a tourist community.
Yeah. Literally just a tourist, and there
was
like
huge signs being like movie this way, like haunted house.
And there was a roller coaster, and I wanted to go on it so bad, and I would have literally gone on it by myself, but it was raining, so she was like, "Sorry, it's closed."
Jesus.
But I went to this wax museum, this celebrity wax museum in Niagara Falls by myself, I just went in there by myself. It was awesome. It was the most fun I've ever had in my life. I took so many videos. It was just because, like, they were, like, not good wax figures because it's, like, Niagara Falls. Like, they didn't have to be good. So, like, most of them I really couldn't recognize. But, like, I walked in this one part, and I have a video of this that I've posted on my story. But I was walking, and then you just see me look, and I noticed, like, Bella and Edward from Twilight, and my face just lit up. It was, like,
pure
such
joy.
A magical moment. I was like, I'm already having so much fun. And Michael Keaton Batman. I saw like both Jokers. It was like
such a magical
I get
experience.
so excited every time I think about like the concert to you was the wax museum to me. For no reason.
No, like we just split up for like an hour in Niagara Falls. Like I went on the boat.
That was fun. That was a good idea.
We got a little taste, then we're like, okay, we're bored now. Like we met up and we went in a haunted house that was genuine. Oh wait, sorry, I should talk about my boat experience. I went on a boat alone because losers were my friends. Sorry. So I went on not the Maid of the Mist, the Hornblower, the Canadian Hornblower boat. And it was like 9 degrees and raining and cloudy and misty. And
oh, misty eye of the mountain below. Can't wait to hear that. Yeah.
But yeah, and we just went up close to the falls. It took like an hour, like total trip for me, like wait in line and everything. I got the pink poncho, got to be up close. It was just like soaking wet after and like so cold, but I was like,
it was also raining and cold afterwards, so it wasn't even like you get off the boat and you're like, oh, there's more.
Yeah, it was like, it was fine. And there's just so many like couples there, or like people with their moms, and I'm like, this is me going off the edge, and I can't even see it because it's so misty. But it was just the noise, and like there's so many seagulls, and you can also see the American boat like coming, like to wait for when we leave. And I'm like, okay, you guys wait your turn.
Seeing like you could see the American side.
Yeah, another trip.
Yeah,
we did.
that's what I was gonna say. Is like we kept like flirting with
the U.S.
States,
border,
and then in November
crossed the border.
we eventually had to go.
Yeah, had to
go over.
But, like, she has so many secrets.
But like just looking over, I was like, that looks like
Gross.
literally different. Like it looks like the States.
You just see this big like plaza with like a digital screen TV like advertising something.
Casino, yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah.
And it's just like, ew.
Yeah.
But on our side, we got the big whack-a-mole and like movie signs. Like,
ugh.
come on.
Oh my god.
It was a really
gotta go
good
back.
trip. Yeah, it was a really good trip. And yeah, we just got a bus tour, and then you could also like eat on the bus, eat and drink on the bus, which I wasn't expecting, but you could.
That's perfect.
And then best tour guide around.
Did we do anything else that night? I think I watched.
We went out to a pub and grill to eat, and
oh my god! I could probably insert the video.
Just a little.
If I want to, I'll insert it right now.
Yeah.
Editing Taryn, insert the video right now, and we'll describe it, or insert it after we talk about it. Whatever.
Okay. So we go to this random like pub that has like good reviews and is on like the harbor front, so it's got a good view.
It's kind of like chain-y, so it's not like a local place. But
and we're like, we just need like greasy food. We haven't like eaten all day.
Literally.
So we just go to this pub and grill, and it's Taryn and I facing Leah, and we're facing a wall, and Leah's facing like the window.
To the window, to the
wall. But there's like a patio to this place when it's nice out. Yeah, there's a spiral staircase beside us, and then Taryn and I are like talking about whatever, and then Leah just covers her mouth with her hands, and just like her eyes get huge, and we're like, what? She's like at a loss for words, and then like into tears. Like you can tell she's trying not to laugh, but she's also just like shocked, and then her eyes start welling up, and she points behind us on this staircase, kind of like 10 feet off the ground, like on one of the spirals. There's this man, like late 20s probably or something. Like, I don't know what he was wearing, but he was just like had sunglasses on. It's like casual wear.
You'll see in the video.
Yeah, you'll see in the video. And he's just dancing to himself. And at first, like, I'm like, okay, he's just dancing. But we literally got a show, like a free show. It
was so much better before the video. He was like up on the railing,
like holding himself up and fully just grinding,
like
Magic Mike
grind on
style.
me challenge, Magic Mike style grind on me challenge, like over and over again.
Like he had AirPods and you could tell he was listening to music, but he was just like feeling himself, and it was just like all while holding himself up, like grinding, and then like leaning forward to like off the ground, like, dude, commitment.
Literally.
And then we're just like at a loss. Like, it's the most shocking thing I've ever experienced in my life.
It also looked like he kept like seeing us and then
going.
Would just like, or he'd like look around and like see if anyone was watching, and then like just go right into it.
Literally,
like you don't care at all.
Literally. But there was like, it was not a busy day. There's like a few people walking, but it's not like there's like a crowd. He's like, I'm like, you do this every day. You work here and you do this every day. So we got a little video of it, but you can't really see the grinding, but you can tell that you can't really
He does
see
like 2 moves, but he did so many more before that.
Probably for like 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Queen's Key water is so beautiful. I love my boats and walking
Leah would actually, like, for the next, like, until we, like, left her at the airport, like, once every few hours, she'd be like, just start laughing.
Because Leah got the full experience.
Yeah,
she just got to
saw
watch
it
him.
from beginning to end.
Oh my god, that made the trip just, like, so much better.
Yeah. Just, like, every every few hours she would just start laughing, and we'd be like,
Oh god.
you're not thinking about it again, are
Literally.
you?
And then he just left after.
Yeah.
He just packed up his bag and walked away.
His allotted time to grind on the railing.
It's like he just had to get that out of his system. Oh my god.
Hey, you do what you want to. What
What
you
you gotta do. Oh god.
So I completely forgot about that.
But yeah, so and then the next day we just did a bit more shopping. We went
went
to that
to-
Hollywood canteen.
Oh my god, another place that I love so much.
Mhm.
I gotta move to Toronto. Just for that one store. It was literally just a movie bookstore. Like, it just had movie posters and books about movies and acting and filming, cinematography.
There you go.
And, like, editing and everything. And I could have been in there for hours, but we had a time limit, and also, like, you guys were standing outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey.
I was hungry.
I got a 2001 Space Odyssey poster and a Metropolis poster, and I got a book on like Canadian filmmaking that I haven't started yet because I haven't finished Dracula. I'm just like so busy. I just loved it in there. There was so many.
Just so much stuff.
Just so many film books. And, oh my god.
No, it was cool. The posters. That's a different one.
There were so
Posters
many,
were so
I forgot.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the posters were nice. Like, definitely had a lot of books, but also I can't read. It wasn't my place.
I'm trying so hard.
Yeah. And then I found
So
this
much.
book. David Fincher, like,
I found the book.
yeah, she found the book. I knew nothing about this man. But she was like, I should get this for Kieran. And because he likes them, apparently.
Yeah.
Director.
I was like,
I looked at the movies on the back. I was like,
Yeah.
I know these.
Yeah.
But it was just like Behind the Magic or Behind the Eyes. And it was like, it said like Forward by like Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
Okay. Just making sure. But then it was like a book of David Fincher and Bong Joon-ho, and then he was, what am I saying? Oh yeah, then I was reading it and I saw this little tag that just said signed by author. It's like David Fincher had signed it. And I was just like, okay, I'm getting this. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, how did I just find this?
Oh.
And then, yeah, I found it all by myself, no help, and I like just knew so much about it already. But then as I'm checking out, I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, you found this like gem or whatever. It was like advertised. I'm like, yeah, I found it. And then he was just like, yeah, he's like a customer here. And I got him to sign a few books. I was like, dong.
So I have to go back there.
Yeah. So if you're at Hollywood Canteen on Danforth
Shout
Avenue,
out that place. We're just shouting out every. I love that.
literally, shouting out local biz.
Shout out, yeah.
But yeah, it was
Shout
a
out the
good
Moose Jaw Tunnels. Shout out the Drumheller Big Dinosaur.
big dinosaur. But yeah. And then we just went out to eat, and we were like, do we just go to the airport now? So we did. Our flights were at like 6 p.m.
Yeah,
And then it was, like,
Leah's
2.
was even later.
Yeah, it was early, or I don't know what time our flights were then, but it was like late, and we had like 5 hours before we like our flight left. So Leah was like, should we just go to the airport? And we did. And yeah, we just like sat around. I made a post. I curated a post. Taryn watched a movie. Leah did schoolwork.
I watched Godzilla vs. Mothra.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and then we went home.
Yep,
And it was
and
a
it was good
jam-packed trip.
We went to Calgary. We thought we were gonna miss our flight, and we didn't.
No, we made it for last boarding call. And I
But
saw the Northern Lights for the first time on that plane.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
There was
see
like literally the human, or like real life version of 4 pixels, but like
Yeah.
I was like,
It was
there's
there.
a colorful emission in the sky. But no, I was like, aw.
It was a cute, and we just like got home and it was fine. But then our next trip,
Okay, I was gonna
we
say
weren't
we're
so
at
lucky.
50 minutes. Okay, so we started talking for way too long about
Like,
our
20 minutes.
New York trip, so we're gonna cut it off after Toronto and talk about New York another day.
Yeah, because that was like that was
like 40 minutes in.
because there's the whole trip to talk about, and then there's also the airport stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
So we'll do that in the next one.
It was at like 40 minutes. Should we just cut it at that, or do you want to say like a?
I don't know. Is there anything else we have to talk about?
I don't know. Do you want to talk about like the thing of the week or like future plans at all?
We could do future plans and then obsession of the week to end it off.
Okay.
Well, for New Year's, we're going to Canmore and Banff again. Because
So
we
can
are
drink.
legally able to drink in Alberta. And we're just gonna party. And Leah lives in Canmore now and works there. So
she's getting the inside scoop for us.
So that's gonna be really fun. It'll be another road trip.
Another place in another month.
Yep. So that's our like December, January thing, and then February.
February, we are planning to go see our friends in Vancouver.
We're going to university there.
We're just gonna crash with them for a couple days because Taryn hasn't been to Vancouver.
I haven't, and it's one of my places that I'm gonna apply to school. Oh, she just touched my foot. It's one of the places that I'm applying to for school, so I thought if I'm gonna go to Toronto, if I'm gonna go to Boston, and I'm applying to both those places, then
I should probably check it out.
And then we just get to see them. And we get money from the government for like tax.
Because Mr. Scott Moe is just so caring, and we love him, and we're loyal followers of him. But no, we got this thing called Moe money.
Moe money, Moe problems.
Yeah.
And so we're just gonna put that directly towards flights.
Yeah.
So it's basically like free.
Yeah.
Basically. And then
we don't have anything in March yet.
No.
Or April.
Yeah.
So we gotta get going on that.
Yeah.
And in May, we're planning on going on our own endeavors. I have plans to go to Montreal for a week with Leah. And I think she has intercontinental plans.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been wanting to go. I was gonna do the Snorri program, which is a program where you go to Iceland because like both sides of my family have like Icelandic genes in there or whatever. It's like the only like actual culture that my family like attached themselves to or that we like, celebrate.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go there really badly for this like program I've been planning since like 8th grade, and then they just moved the like age thing, so like you have to be 20.
Stupid.
Because it was like you have to be 18, so I was gonna wait till this summer and like specifically take a gap year to do that, and now I can't. So I'm just gonna go, and I just want to go for like 2 weeks or like over 2 weeks, and
experience
I don't want to do like a tour. I think I'm just gonna like maybe if there's like little tours to do
like
on
day
there, but I
trips
don't
or
want to do
something.
like a full like week-long tour. I just kind of want to live as a local and like see some cute things.
Go to Reykjavik. And just, it's pretty there. It's chill.
I'm going to go in like May or June. The nicest place or
something, yeah.
It won't be too cold.
So we got to plan something for April. But also our friends come back in April.
I know, that's why I don't really want to.
No, end of March. If we did something end of March, we got time. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys stay tuned for what we plan.
Even beginning of April, yeah.
Montana?
I have to get another job if we're going to do this. Because...
Yeah, if anything, it'll probably be Montana. But
yeah,
stay tuned
that'll
for
be
that.
Like a little drive.
Yeah, and then we just got the summer. We got just probably
live it up.
Just Sask Lake life.
Because it gets hot here. Yeah. It's nice here in the summer because like I have a cabin at a lake, so
she owns a lake.
I own the lake.
She found it.
I own. So we can just like go there, and I can just be on the beach forever. And then I can get really tan, and then I can run out of foundation so that I can buy more, and then I buy in the shade that I am tan, and then when it becomes winter and I am less tan, then it looks like my foundation doesn't match my neck. Yep. And it happens every single year without fail.
Well, there's kind of biology. But yeah, I've sneezed.
And then freaking moving away. Unless I don't
I'm staying here.
If I don't get into university, then this thing will be. This will happen for another year. Yeah. We'll cross and I will need to move out of my house. I will stay in your spare room, and you'll hate me so much.
You can just stay right there.
Okay.
Maybe I'll put another chair here to the bed.
I'm just gonna check it, and then we can do the
obsession of the week.
Do you want to go first, or do you need time to think?
I need time to think.
Okay, I have mine. I thought about this last night. My obsession of the week is the Hunger Games movies.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember. I have Crave, and all the Spider-Man movies and the Hunger Games movies came on Crave, and I was like, interesting. So I watched the first one because I've only ever seen the first two. And I don't even think I finished the second one because it's like the part where Gail's getting like whipped.
Oh yeah.
And I was like actually 9, and I was watching with my dad, and I was like,
I can't do this right now.
So I watched the first one, and I was like, this is good. And then I watched the rest of them, and then that was over the course of like the weekend. And then as soon as I finished the last one, I watched the first one again, and all day I've been like, I'm gonna go home and watch the second one again. It's just so, like, I forgot that's like actually the blueprint for like the YA dystopian novels. Like,
literally,
that's like the best.
it's good.
Because the Divergent series, the books and the movies suck.
Boo boo boo.
Miles
boo,
Teller
boo,
is in
boo.
it. That's the only reason why.
Yeah,
I watched them. But it's like actually kind of good commentary.
No.
I'm like, this is
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence slays, and Josh Hutcherson looks so cute in the first one because he's 20.
He's
20 and his
just
big,
a little
beautiful
boy,
brown
yeah.
eyes. Ugh, I'm just obsessed with her.
Josh
I love it.
Hutchie.
Josh, his name's Josh.
Is that his
It's
name?
another Josh.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what's his name?
I'm just
John?
stating.
Yeah.
Too many Joshes.
And she loves all of them.
The crystal guy from Banff.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
She knows.
His name's John.
So that's my obsession of the week.
I have done jack shit.
We also, it's been, 3 days since we
last recorded? I don't know. I can have a new obsession. Music videos.
Mm.
I've been watching so many YouTube music videos and just being like, music is so good.
Much music countdown.
Literally, I've been watching like Bruno Mars and like Mariana's Trench music videos. I'm like, I am 8 years old and like my basement used to be completely like rearranged. There used to be a computer room at the bottom of the stairs, and I used to just watch like Selena Gomez, Mariana's Trench, Much Music Countdown, Nicki Minaj and stuff. Just music videos on loop, and I'm like, this is so nostalgic. But like sometimes music videos are fun. And
it's like a dying art.
Literally, but also like a lot of them are like unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I feel like if it's just like a song and you're like, I don't know, music videos are like touchy because I'm like, you don't really have to have a storyline for your music video, but you also can't just like stand there, you know.
It just to look cool.
Yeah,
It just has to like capture my attention for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that is what they have to do,
Which is sometimes hard to do.
Yeah. But one of the best music videos to like songs is like Conceited by Flo Milli. I'm not even kidding.
I don't think I've ever seen the music video.
The music video makes the song so much better. Like, I watched it or listened to the song for the first time watching the music video, and I was just like, this is like such like a well directed music video. And then I listened to the song and I'm like, I can picture it in my mind, so it makes it better.
That song is so fun.
So I would recommend it because
Okay.
she's giving attitude. But no,
Bitch, don't fuck with me by back.
I don't know, love Flo Milli.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, she's watching. But yeah,
Those are our obsessions.
and the first 2 of our trips, because we're just gonna cut.
I guess 3 because we talked about Canmore.
So true.
And then our future plans. So we'll talk about the New York story because
Oh
So,
boy,
like,
oh boy.
we didn't even get halfway through, and it was like 25,
20,
30 minutes. So yeah, we'll save that for the future.
Probably the next episode.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Peace
and love.
Thanks for listening. If you've been listening, especially if you watched the first one and then also tuned into this one, that's really special. That's really special.
Sorry, I didn't mean to crack my back, but it did.
Sorry, we just talked about like us traveling and like having so much fun.
Sorry, we just talked about ourselves on our own podcast.
In the next one, we're gonna be talking about airports and airlines, and you're gonna hate it.
You're gonna hate it so much.
You're gonna hate
more.
it so. You're gonna hate it so much. You should like hate watch it, and you should really tune in
And you should like.
so that you can like tell everyone how much you hate
Yeah.
it and how much they should watch it because it's so bad.
It's so bad.
So bad.
I tried to like bite my nail, but I don't have any. Yeah. Okay. Till next time.
See ya.